And I kept seeing there's such a huge difference from Europe and America in terms of fashion. And I started designing and writing little notes and, basically making a report while I was working for Andre. And, we met about a year later, I think.
Yes, well, I certainly understood the difference between European fashion and American fashion because I was working in a little department store in Ohio when you were working for Courrèges in Paris. But I was dreaming of high fashion in Paris and London and all of that kind of stuff. So I actually, crossed the Atlantic to live in London at about the same time you crossed the channel to live in Paris, and then our paths crossed in London, and it was just amazing that we were both on exactly the same wavelength, and we still are. I mean, my jacket, your hat.
I know.
Yes.
I mean, we were saying earlier that we're. I think our relationship is very karmic, very, spiritual, soulmates, because we just sort of came together at the right moment, the right time, in the right city. I mean, it was perfect. I mean, remember, David, this is so funny. I still think it's funny. When we met in Chelsea, you were recommended by Women's Wear as being, and it's true.
Women's Wear Daily.
Women's Wear Daily, sorry, WWD, as being the most talented fashion illustrator in the world, but in the UK.
Oh, I love the sound of that, even if it's not true.
No, but it is true, actually. Still is. And it was just, the way we met at the little Muse house. And the thing that you remind me of is the stationery. I shared my vision with you of this company. I Am International.
I knew it was more of an illusion than a vision at the very beginning.
Oh, you did. And then I showed you the stationery with Rome and Milan and Paris and London and LA. And you were very impressed.
Absolutely. And I said, do you really have offices in all these cities? And you said...
I said, no, but we're going to one day. I can feel it.
And that day came sooner than anyone ever imagined.
Yes.
I remember at the beginning these wonderful monthly reports that went out to America because Americans were so hungry for this information and nobody was feeding it to them. Not the magazines, not Women's Wear Daily, nobody. But the fact that we were there and could understand what they wanted and simply tell them, who the designers were that were important, where they should eat if they come to London, what the kids on the streets were wearing. And it was like magic. They were so hungry for this information. Because I hate to say this because I am American, but America was so far behind the fashion timetable at that time that this was all like raining gold when they would hear this, and they could make profitable business decisions based on these little reports.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But there was also a downside to it because we were living in the swinging 60s, so to speak, at that point in London, 1968, 69. And, to us it was sort of a normal life of long-legged beauties in these minute hot pants.
Yes, do you remember they were called dolly birds?
Oh, dolly birds, yes. Yes, exactly. And America was still sort of in the late 50s or early 60s, kind of Jackie Kennedy and
really,
the structure.
Really grown-up elegance instead of kicky young.
Yes, and that's a good point, that they were women, young women in America, whereas in London, we were all kids, even if we were 20 or 25. We were kids, and it was a city of incredible self-expression.